We'll just start in a couple minutes now. A couple seconds. Shout out to the people that are coming in. Yeah, let's start giving shout outs and stuff like that. Just give me a second. I had two accounts, so I have to fix it. Start giving live. Shit like that. Bam. Microphone. Scarlett. There we go. There you go. So good. Golly. Good. All right. So hopefully that will work. I'm in trouble with this one right here. Of course, I have a handle. So hopefully we can fix it. I don't know. Shit. Oh shit. There we go. I'll do my best here. Goodness Lord. There you go. Let me just give a couple shares here. Hopefully we can make it happen here. We're going to start in a couple seconds. Just give me a couple seconds. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to start giving shout outs to the people that started to come in. Shout out to Daniel, Paweri, Savis, Ginasina. There's a couple weird names, but that's fine. I love them. There we go. Hopefully we are all on the same page. Let me see. There you go. Trying to figure out because it's charging, but yeah, I fucked it up this time. That's fine. All right. Let me see. Let me give a share, the last share, and then we're going to start. All right. See, starting. It's kind of retarded right now. Here we go. I know this is a little bit late, but it's fine. We can do it. Yo thing. Shout out to I am Caden Johnson, Dr. Monty. Huh, okay. Not bad though. Not bad. All right. There you go. Letting everyone knows we're here. We haven't gone anywhere. All right. Okay, and we're starting. We're starting now. All right, folks. So today's podcast, number 34. I'm going to start giving a couple shout outs. Those are starting to connect at this time of the night. I know Saturday, I just came for a party. Down in Manhattan, great party, good people. I met a couple people, took a couple phone numbers and stuff like that, but I had to come back because I had to finish this podcast. And I will tell you why I did it on Saturday. My tooth was a little bit off, so I couldn't do the podcast. But now, at least, it's not that bad, but I can talk at least. All right, so just to let people know, those are starting to connect. I'm going to give them a couple shout outs and stuff like that. And that way y'all can, engage with the podcast. All right. All right. Shout out to Composer Contempt. Just join us. Very good. I have 2 instrument accounts, one for the podcast and one for my P Alpha music. And I'm thinking to do another one. I don't know about you folks. So I'll have 3 Instagrams. Because P Alpha music is just my platform, so I need to figure out something better for the future. Alright. Alright, hopefully we get people in. It takes a little bit of time until people start to engage, which is fine. And today's topic is going to be good. It's going to be good though. All right, fellas, everyone, it's going to be good. This one, like always, is personal. Always personal. And I know a lot of folks, they do go through the same thing. Hopefully, y'all can share the same experience. We can talk about it. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? There's nothing wrong with talking about experience, though. All right? All right. No, it's a little bit late. Fuck it. All right. Where is my... That's what I'm talking about. There's a warm. Yeah, Apple's giving me a lot of problems for some reason. Why? There we go. We're going to start now. Let me see. You have YouTube. I have the YouTube. All right. All right, guys. So today's podcast is going to be the number 34. Very important for me. But first, let me just give a couple of shout outs to those that are starting to connect. Composer Contempt, shout out to him. Dr. Monty. I am Katie Johnson. Darnelly. There's a bunch of them. Hopefully they start to connect now. And those that are from Facebook, it take a little bit of time, but it's fine. And today's episode is going to be, do not let people play with your time, folks. Do not let people play with your time. Your time is valuable. They're not going to give it back to you. And that's a fact. Do not let people play with your damn time. I'm telling you. But first, make sure that you go to the descriptions. Those are the Instagrams. So just make sure you go to the bio, you sign up, and donate something to the podcast. We're going to really appreciate the donations. Also, make sure that you also support us in the different platforms. There's like 8 platforms. You can just go to any platform, Spotify, Google Radio, iHeart, all those platforms, and support the podcast as well. We're going to really appreciate it. And if you want to receive notification regarding podcasts, make sure you sign up. And every time that we do a podcast, you're going to receive a notification. All right? And today's podcast is very important. It's titled, Do Not Let People Play With Your Time. Simple. Very simple. There's no game, there's no play, there's nothing. Do not let people play with your time, folks. I mean, sometimes it just really gets to my nerve, man. And I shouldn't let people go and get through my nerve because I have no control of their action. But I'm going to be very specific regarding this topic. So, of course, I went to a party and stuff like that because I wanted to make some connections. And connections are regarding my future and stuff like that. I like to just go to this party to make connections. And of course, meet a couple of people. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong meeting people. I like to meet people. That's what makes life a little bit more interesting, meeting people. People are important to get used to. All right. Enough said. Time. If you're a busy individual, you have a lot of stuff going on, right? You have a lot of stuff going on, and time is precious. and you're trying to share this thing called time with other people, right? But what happened? It's a conflict. Good night, Lucas. So there's a conflict regarding what we think about time. You have a different concept, and I have a different concept. Shout out to Metro, great guy. Thank you for your service, man. So we already have a conflict. And like I said before, time is something that is not going to be back. Past. It's not going back. The 30 minutes that you went through, wasting your time with things you knew were not important. Guess what? The 3, 4, 5 days that you went through, you're not getting those days back. When you knew, you couldn't spend it in more important things. Listen. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be really, really, really honest. Can we get time back? We can't. We can't, fellas. We can't, folks. And these past couple days, it reminds me how important is time. How important is time, folks? I make a couple of mistakes, and I think those mistakes cannot happen again. I wasted time in places that I shouldn't waste my time. Now, the good news is, because I've been there before, I catched it. I catched it and I stopped it. I don't have time to play games anymore. The times to play games are over. And people that want to be surround yourself, right? Or surround you, they need to understand that. They need to understand that time for you is not the same time that is for them. We have a different concept of what is time, folks. Time is something that is not going to be back. The day that you went wasting your time, they're not going to be given. And I have to recognize that I did that mistake. I did the mistake of wasting my time when I knew it was a waste. But you know what? I'm a grown individual, and I spot it and I fix it. And I said, no way, ain't gonna happen. I know what's going on. No, I'm not going to waste my time. Because inside my heart, I know I need a lot of things that need to be finished. A lot of things that requires that thing that is not going to be given again, which is pressure for me. And I know it's pressure. Because I've been there. The fact that this really went through in this short time, and I spotted, right? There's two sides of the coins regarding this situation. One, a cord that slipped. But second, most important, I knew what was going on and I stopped it. Folks, do not let anybody play with your time. It's something that should not be negotiable. If they want to spend time with you or they want to be with you or some sort of thing like that, they have to fix their time if they're not valuing yours. Listen, I went to a party, I met a couple of beautiful people, but I told them, hey, I cannot stay there. I cannot stay here because I have stuff to do. And I know it's a Saturday night, but still, things need to get done. And I don't have a lot of time, folks. Every day that passes, it's a day that I'm not going to recover. So I better get things done as soon as possible. And people have to understand that. If they don't understand that, how are they going to understand the fact that the things that you're doing are important for you? Shout out to Vanny. Listen, man. It's up to you to put a standard or set up a bar regarding this topic. And I'm the first one throwing the ball and telling you. It's okay to mess up, man. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to mess up. There's nothing wrong with that. But do not hang out with people that are not considered on your time. Do not do that. Do not do that because you're going to regret it. You're really going to regret it. When you go back, you're like, damn it, I just lost 3 months for nothing. Do not do that. It's better to cut off the tool store and make sure that part of yourself stop bleeding. That's true, Vanity. I'm just talking true here, man. I don't like to just hide in the camera. I want people to see my faces and hear what I'm saying. This is very important. Those people that are working in entrepreneurship and all this stuff regarding your purpose, right? Listen, folks, you don't have a lot of time. You better make it happen. I need to learn 2 piano concertos. I don't have time to just go around with this stuff, man. And those friends of mine, they have to understand that. And some of them do understand. The things that I do, time is pressure. Those that do not want to consider that, I'm sorry, but I have to let them go. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm using the phone. So in this case, the audio can be a little bit trashy. But let's say, let me know if the problem keeps going, all right? Let me know. So, the understanding of this kind of topics, right, of this concepts in this manner, there's only one person you should blame, man. To be honest, I want to just really bash people regarding this topic. It's mostly one person. It's yourself. There's no one else you should blame but yourself. And I'm going to explain why. And I'll explain why. Because you're the only one that can set up a bar of respect. You knew that you couldn't just let this thing go because you knew that your time was precious. You're the only person that really let this thing happen. Listen, man, for those folks that know me, right? They know that I'm always in the coffee shop just trying to make my stuff done, my emails and stuff like that, making sure that my weekends I at least have some time to socialize, right? But it's everything calibrated because I don't have a lot of time. And then when someone comes in and really disturbs that thing, I take it personally. Personally, because I knew I adjust myself to that person, and that person never adjusts myself. This, and now we have a problem. Because if that small change, right? I did that small change, if things like that, that means I'm not ready for how I'm not ready to have $1 billion with me. The most important things that you have in this moment are your structure of belief, right? So you have the structure of belief to go from A, C, all the way to whatever, F and G, right? Those structures of belief, right, is what really make you grounded to X, Y, and Z situation. And I will tell you something, if I didn't have that structure very hard on me, I would just lose it. But thank God I had my structures very strong and I stopped it. And that's the power of belief system. And that comes to the topic of today, which is not let people play with your time. Do not let that go by, because listen, it's something that it cannot be redeemed, right? And you know that you're going to regret it later. And then you're going to get grudged with that person, with that situation. Don't do that, man. To avoid that, be honest with yourself. Step out, and really, really, really set your belief and take the right decision. With most of the time, it's a decision that your emotions will not be congruent. Listen to this. Congruent means that you are right with yourself. But guess what? Most of the time, your body will tell you, no, do not do this, man. Do not do this, because we're going to hurt someone else. Or we're going to hurt a family. Or we're going to hurt, it just keep going like that, right? But you know down in your heart that it's the correct decision. As a classical musician, and now I'm entering in this world of entrepreneurship, I go back, right? And I learn from my past. I really do learn from my past. For the things that I knew were incorrect by the moment I took an initiative. That's not me anymore. I am a different person, and I'm loving this person that is changing every day. And time is something that for me cannot be negotiated. That for me cannot be negotiated. This is a good time talking in a podcast, blogging about my situations. This is what I really appreciate. But this is where my time should be concentrated. Because not only I'm helping myself, but I'm helping others. I know a lot of people are going through the same thing. And this can change them, or this can make them find a comfort zone or something that they can identify with. But I knew that this topic has or needed to be talked. Because I knew that the moment that the last week started, I knew I needed to talk about this. Folks, we have time. And one day we do have time. We do have time. But we need to identify what are the things that are making us waste that time. Besides procrastination, we know that procrastination is the worst. We know it. But there's something else. "24 hours in a day is enough." 24 hours in a day is enough. I usually do the podcast in the morning. This time I couldn't do it. Reasons of my tooth. I have a tooth infection. I had to deal with that. Couldn't even talk. But I couldn't just wait anymore. There's things that, to be honest, man, it's just need to be taught. And this really goes personal. Please, please, do not hang out with people that are not willing to respect your time. That what is time is not going to be given again because you lost it. You understand that, man? You understand that? Lost your time, man. What yesterday you couldn't done, but then you replace it for something that was not productive. That's it, man. There's no time. There's no thing that you cannot go back. I'm not doing that mistake again. If I'm doing it again, I would just get up and try again. But things should not be that way. Time for me is pressure. For a lot of folks, it's the same. And we should respect people's time. We should do that. Time is very important, fellas. That would never, 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 like I said, be given again. And it not only go for you, right? But think about that, right? Instead of telling someone, yeah, you're going to some place, right? But in reality, you're not going anywhere. Don't tell them that you're going anywhere. You're going to that place when you don't even want to, or you don't want, and you're not even go. Just tell them you don't go. You don't want to go. Do not waste people's time either, man. This is serious. I'm very, very particular with this because when I was a kid, was my teenagers, I really wasted a lot of time. And it was late in life that I understood what the meaning of time was. Now that I understand, right, I really take it personal. Because a lot of things really do come from a lack of understanding. There's something that Chinese people say a lot. When a lot of people waste their time, they say those people are wasting time because they have no sense of time. You see what I'm saying? So you're wasting your time because you don't have a sense of time. Your sense of time of where you are today and yesterday in the future is gone. So you don't even see the difference. When in reality, there's a huge difference. Do not let people play with your time. Do not do that. Respect people's time. Don't let people play with your own time. Important. Make sure that you go to the list like always. Look at those people that are surrounded with you and think about those that are really, really respecting your time. Are they making you closer to your goals or farther? Neither of those, now then we have a problem. But if those 5 people that you're hanging out with every day are making you waste your time, it's time to cut off some ropes. Maybe you're not there because that has some role to play. But for me, it's time to take action and cut some ropes. All right, folks. So today was episode number 34. Do not let people play with your time. For those people that are being in the chat room, stuff like that, I thank you so much, Lucas, John, also Metro, good people. Like always, I love when they engage in the chat. There's a couple in the YouTube area. I'm trying to make things fair here. Wait. I usually don't do the podcast too late, but this time, of course, I had to do it, even though I wasn't in the party in Manhattan. I had to go back and I had to finish this. Listen, fellas and folks, there's some things that you need to finish. You cannot keep procrastinating because then you're not going to finish it. Even if it's a little bit late, it's good to finish your things, okay? Very good. Make sure that you go to the descriptions, sign up to our newsletter. That way you can get notification regarding the podcast. Also, make sure that you donate something. Those people that want to donate, hey, make sure that you go to the bio. Those that are on Instagram, donate something. We're going to really, really, really appreciate it. Those are on Facebook and YouTube, the description down below. Donate something. We're going to appreciate it. Also, if you can listen to a podcast on different third-party platform, we're going to really appreciate it as well. That's how you keep the podcast alive. Lucas, shout out to Lucas, Fluke Player. Thank you so much, folks, for today's podcast, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Bye-bye, folks.